guys, I hope you're all well. It has been a really gloomy couple weeks in Scotland. The sun has not been out very much at all, and I think everybody across the country is struggling with that for sure. But it was my boyfriend's birthday on Monday. We decided to take the train through to Glasgow for the day. We had originally wanted to do some hill walking, but it was honestly just too cold. So we thought, why not spend a little time in Glasgow? And we were so lucky to actually be blessed with a little bit of sunshine when we were there. We dotted about some places. We went to some food places that we'd both been really excited to try. So that was Outlier, which is in the Merchant City, and then also Naked Soup, which was where we went for lunch, and it was so good. There was a little bit of a queue, but it didn't take very long at all to pass. So if you are going, it's definitely worth the queue. But yeah, it was just a great day, and it was so nice to have the day off work and just part about Glasgow. I really hadn't been to Glasgow for quite a long time, and it's such a nice city and I just love spending time there, so it was a great day out altogether. Welcome to what I'm calling part 2 of this video. What you're seeing here is me making my boyfriend's birthday cake. I have really not baked very much at all since we moved into this flat. The oven doesn't have any temperature markings, so it was a little bit sketchy for a while, but we got an oven thermometer, so now I can properly judge how hot things are, which is great because I love baking and I really need to get back into it. I think last year I got so into baking. I was making like a new recipe every week for a while, which I really enjoyed, and I really miss doing that. So I'm super happy to have an oven that I can actually tell the temperature of so that I can start baking more. So yeah, I was making a lemon drizzle cake. Lemon drizzle is always so good, super easy to whip up and always tastes amazing. When I served it, I put some Greek yogurt and honey on top with a little sprinkle of sea salt, and it was honestly amazing. And now we're finally at the part of the video which, if you watched last week's one, you're probably all waiting for this reveal. I got around to doing the dye job of the shirt that I had removed the colour from in the last video. Not gonna lie, I was very nervous about how this was going to turn out. I was worried about the temperatures being right for the water and all sorts of stuff, but we got through it. So the shirt was, like I said, I'd removed all the colour and then I popped it into the dye bath, and I wanted it to be quite a dark colour, so I put the whole bottle of blue and then half a bottle of black so that it was proper dark. Then I just hoped and prayed that it would work out. And that's what you can see me doing here. So yeah, the shirt was a kind of yellowy colour beforehand because when I did the dye remover, the red went to yellow. So I guess in hindsight, I probably would have colour removed it a second time so that it was a bit more of a neutral colour. I will say the dyeing was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. I've dyed stuff in the past and I feel like I, in my head, had bigged it up as this like complicated process, but it was honestly so easy. The only thing you've got to be really careful of is to not get the dye everywhere. I definitely stained my arms a little bit in the process. I was kind of going back and forth as well, doing the cake and the dye at the same time. So it was a bit of a process, but we managed. It's Friday now and I can finally show you the shirt. I've been waiting all week for the day that I was working from home because I want to show it in like actual daylight so that you can see the colour, and also I was waiting to see if I would actually like the colour. So it's not navy, it's actually turned out green, which I suppose makes sense because basically I did the colour remover and then it was yellow, and I probably should have done another pack of the colour remover to make it like more neutral, so it was like proper yellow underneath. So it's turned out a very dark green, but I actually really like it. There are some kind of like patches across the dye. I think maybe when I took it out and put it on like the colour stay thing, I think I like scrunched it up a bit too much, so I think bits of the dye will have like bled out, unfortunately. But that's fine, because I feel like it just makes it look a bit like weathered. But overall, I'm actually really pleased with the colour. I feel like I've been looking at it in the dark all week, thinking, am I going to hate this when I see it in daylight? But actually, I really like it. I do think I'm going to change the buttons though, because I just think the red buttons, I don't know, there's something about it with the dark green that I'm just not really liking. So I think I'm going to try and find... I need to go to a fabric shop anyway for something else that I'm working on, which is a secret right now, which I know is the most like YouTube thing ever. It's not a secret because of anything like that. It's just because it's a present for somebody. But I need to go to a fabric shop anyway. So I'm gonna look and see if I can get some buttons. I think like potentially a brown button, or if I can find like a dark green button, then that would be perfect. And then it would just be the red thread remaining, because I do like the thread being red, but I think just the buttons is a little bit too much. But overall, I'm actually very pleased how it's turned out, because once I've changed the buttons over, like I will wear this. I do need to give an iron. I did steam it,
But I don't actually have an iron at the moment. That is on my list of things to buy, like this weekend, because I also need it for my other secret project. So that will also make it look better, because it is a little bit crumpled just now. I feel like with a shirt, really an iron is always better than steaming for something to look like proper crisp. But I will quickly try it on so you guys can see. Now that I'm seeing it in daylight, I'm actually so happy with it, because honestly, when I was like looking at it in the dark with like the yellow lighting in the flat, I was like, is this gonna be so ugly? And I was also worried that it wasn't gonna go with black, but I think because it's green, it goes quite well. But yeah, like I said, it needs an iron and it needs the buttons changed over. And it's not navy, but I like it. So that is a successful dye job overall, because this has obviously just been sat in my wardrobe, not getting worn ever. So now I have a new top to wear. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to end the video here. Good to have something new to wear. I hope I've inspired some of you to breathe some new life into something in your wardrobe. And I will see you in the next video.